Hi everybody and welcome to this channel, Reyes Crone. My name is Melody. For those of you who are new to this channel, welcome and welcome back to my returning subscribers. From my other channel, I am grateful for each and every one of you guys and all the love and support that you've been giving me on this YouTube journey. So when you're done watching this video, give me a Fonzie, leave me a comment in the comment section below and let me know how this general reading resonates with you. If you're not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe and hit that little notification bell so that you know when I post videos. And as always, after the video uploads, you're more than welcome to share it with somebody who you think will resonate with this. Alright? So, before we get started, yes, this is for the star sign of Capricorn. And yes, this is for the full moon in Scorpio that we got coming May 1st. Alright, so before we get started, I cancel and rebuke black magic in all forms. I cancel and rebuke all subliminal, negative, intrusive thoughts. And I cancel and rebuke all emotional projections casted on me in my channel. As I will it, and so it is. Alright, so Capricorns, this full moon in Scorpio that is happening at 10:23 a.m. Pacific Standard Time and 1:23 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at 11 degrees of Scorpio acts as a powerful, transformative flower moon that forces deep emotional truths and hidden secrets to surface. Occurring during a rare month with two full moons, we have a blue moon coming in May. This intense high energy event triggers major emotional shifts, personal and relationship changes. It is opposite the sun in Taurus, focused on balance between stability and profound change. It is a flower moon and often brings intense emotional releases or alchemization of the past. All of the fixed signs are going to be significant during this full moon, so you may want to go check your natal chart. I just seen 222 and see where Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, and Aquarius, what house, what planet, all of that. See where it's at. This is where it's going to hit you the hardest. The most intensity, likely facing pivotal moments of culmination, truth-seeking, and transformation. This moon directly impacts your first house of identity, marking a peak moment for personal evolution. Other water and earth signs, Cancer, Pisces, Virgo, and Capricorn, may feel a sense of emotional clearing. This is you, Capricorn. Secrets, hidden emotions, or issues that you've been avoiding may come to the light. A strong urge to let go of what no longer serves you. A highly charged, faded feeling that may lead to dramatic yet necessary endings or beginnings. An opportunity to embrace deep personal transformation. So that's a little bit about the moon's energy. Capricorn, what's the moon's energy look like around the Capricorn collective? What does the full moon in Scorpio energy look like around the Capricorn collective? Please and thank you. Wow. Balance. So it's bringing that balance in between your stability and changes. Balance, spirituality, and practicality. Full moon in Pisces. So you could have Pisces in the 8th house. Pisces is karma, secrets, self-undoing, closure, endings, healing, expenses, travel, hidden enemies, and bed pleasures. So you could have Pisces in the 8th house. Maybe hidden bed pleasures, intimacy, or you could have Pisces in the 10th house of recognition, honor, career, public image, fame, success, that balance, right? That balance between stability and change, right? Changing how you're viewing something, changing your victim mentality, by letting go of these old emotions, being more practical with your emotions and your thought process. So if cardinal moon, Capricorn, you are a cardinal individual. Be bold and make the first move. And I feel like that's what you're doing. You're being bold. You're making the move to bring in that state of balance between what you feel, what you see, what you know, and becoming more practical with how you make your money. Because Taurus rules your finances, your possessions, your values, your daily routines, and your environment. So you can be clearing out people, places, and situations that you no longer have the same point of view with. All right? Maybe recognizing secret hidden enemies. All right? So what is hidden that's coming to the light? That was nice and quick. The wise woman of Wonderland, integrity and compromise. Number 21. So we have a rabbit coming through there, which talks about birth, rebirth. The word Lord, communication, praise, and dishonesty. 3, 4, 3, 4 could be significant. 34, 34. 2, 1, 4, 3. 4, 3, 4. Again, 34, 34 could be significant, which is a double 7. So you could be getting some sort of communication. You could be finding out that somebody was dishonest, that you thought was a friend, could have been turned out to be a hidden enemy. Somebody's secrets could be becoming exposed, where somebody compromised their integrity. You could be going on some sort of acid trip with the mushroom there. Mushrooms represent fungus. There's a fungus among us. Also, this lady is sitting on a mushroom, so you could be dealing with a fairy or fae or an elemental. Capricorn. The wise woman of Wonderland brings integrity to thought, word, and deed. The word Lord. She lets you know that as long as you're in the flow of honesty and being true to your word, she keeps you under protection and care. When she appears as your ally, she signals a time when honesty pays off, yielding greater dividends than you expected. You'll be thankful that you remained faithful and loyal to your path. She reminds you that compromise isn't always an option. Stay true to yourself first, right? Make that bold move, that first move, to be true to yourself first and foremost. Although it may appear that you could lose something as a result, you can never lose what is truly yours. So somebody's secret, somebody's being exposed with something that they had spoken. This Pisces energy, right? This hidden enemy who could have come into somebody's dreams and was dishonorable. It could be becoming exposed. Cardinal sign. So you could be recognizing something. You could be being honored publicly for something that you spoke. You could be getting praise. Definitely need to be more practical with your money. Synchronicity. So you could be seeing some sort of synchronicity. Like I said, 34, 34. 7, 7 could be significant. Yep, material wealth. I'm telling you, you're getting something. What does Capricorn need to let go of? What does Capricorn need to 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's backwards. 4, 3, 2, 1. So you can be seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, or 4, 3, 2, 1, or 7, 7, 7. 43, 43, 34, 34. What does Capricorn need to surrender? So what is hidden that's coming to the light is some sort of wisdom, some sort of truth that was spoken. Surrender to creativity. Let your imagination soar. Stay open to all creative ideas about how to perceive a dream or solve a problem. See, something about that mirror. How to solve a problem is to stand in your integrity, in your truth, with what you know, with the wisdom that already lies within you. Surrender to stubbornness. If you are tensing up or taking a rigid stance about something, gently observe yourself and become more yielding. This will help you communicate more lovingly with others and yourself. Something about communication, Capricorn, is very important here. You need to put yourself first, because you could have a Pisces individual who is a hidden enemy, who is being dishonest. Surrender the habit of people pleasing. Speak your needs and be true to yourself. I'm telling you, focus on your own happiness instead of always trying to make everyone else happy. And I feel like this is what this hidden enemy wanted. This person could have been very triggering, very rigid. They could have spread a lot of rumors, a lot of lies, trying to ruin your image. Alrighty. I feel like they caused you a lot of problems. High Priest, there's the Taurus energy. We're just going to put you right here because I didn't really ask a question. But see, the Taurus, the High Priest energy talks about that key. The key is to balancing out, to be more practical with what you value, your daily routines. Be more, pay attention to your finances. Pay attention to your daily routines. I feel like this was a daily routine or a routine habit where you were always trying to make everybody else happy instead of making yourself happy. Being somebody's doormat, always wanting, I feel like this person was very strategic with something, with how they spoke about you. I feel like they were very dishonest. Because it's like 4, 3, 2, 1. They were trying to push you backwards. This was a fake partnership. That's what I feel. But the High Priest represents that Taurus energy, the Sun in Taurus, right? The Sun in Taurus, which talks about balancing out what your stability and making changes. So I feel like you are on a spiritual journey. This also talks about somebody who's a wise teacher, somebody who's a good mentor, somebody who, is very psychic, very gifted. Somebody who, with the Pisces energy, somebody who's very psychic, very gifted. So I feel like you need to step out of being the victim, because I feel like this Pisces is the victim or likes to play the victim. Alright, so be bold, make the first move for the cardinal moon for Capricorn. Be bold, make the first move. 8 of Cups. So you're being asked to walk away from something. Walk away from this emotion of, always trying to make everybody else happy. 5 and 8 adds up to a 13, which rules the death card. This is over. It talks about trusting your intuition, trusting your psychic abilities, not taking a rigid stance to a situation. Instead, Don't compromise your own integrity trying to make somebody else happy. This person, see how this female on this card, she looks very vain. And you got this female looking over at her, taking a rigid stance over a situation. We have the checkered floor there, which does represent, if you look up the checkered floor, it does represent like a secret society, or secret society, or oh my goodness, groups, a secret society, a secret group. You could have had a hidden enemy in your friend circle who was trying to ruin your identity. Something is being reflected back to you. I feel like it has something to do with this moon portal. See the two towers, how he's sitting in between it, but he's pointing up at something in that moon portal. You know, the High Priest talks about religion too. It talks about the structure. Somebody is very defensive, trying to push you. I feel like they're trying to push you backwards. Alright, Wise Woman of Wonderland, King of Cups. So somebody could be coming in and telling you that they love you. And this is somebody who's speaking the truth. Be true to yourself. Make the first move. The first thing you need to do is be true to yourself. So you're being asked to surrender stubbornness. And don't take a rigid stance to this person when they come in and make a move, a very bold move, to express how they feel. They could have already come into your dreams and told you this. But you need to make the move to solve a problem here of always trying to make everybody else happy. We're talking about the King of Cups here. Somebody who's very, their intentions are true. Their intentions are true. This talks about somebody who's very balanced, masculine and feminine wise. Somebody who's very intuitive. Somebody who's very psychic. You may have a psychic connection here with a Taurus. Surrender stubbornness. So you're being asked to communicate from your heart space. 10 of Wands. So instead of taking a rigid stance and carrying some sort of a heavy burden, right? Again, people pleasing, because the 10 of Wands talks about people pleasing. Let go of that. You don't need to make anybody else happy except for yourself. Don't compromise your own emotions. Don't compromise your own happiness to try to make somebody else happy. That's the truth. Somebody is coming into sacred union here. Somebody is a mentor or somebody who's very wise. I feel like somebody is meant to be a teacher here. Somebody is meant to be a leader or a teacher. Surrender the habit of people pleasing for Capricorn. 6 of Cups. 9 of Cups. So this could have something to do with sex. The 6 of Cups in reverse talks about somebody who's very nostalgic. This also could be talking about a childhood friend, rekindling with somebody from your past, rekindling a childhood friend. The 9 of Cups talks about sacrificing your own happiness, searching for happiness outside of yourself. Right? Searching for happiness outside of yourself by trying to make other people happy. This is something that you've did a lot in your past. I feel like you are Capricorn. You are standing in your integrity and you're speaking your truth and you're saying, "Listen, you know, I don't have to please other people. There is nothing that I don't need your advice. I don't need your opinion. I don't need your approval to be happy." You may be being called to be bold in your communication, be honest. But I do feel you had an enemy here in your circle of friends who was very dishonest, who was trying to ruin your reputation. Somebody who could have lied on you, been dishonest, and said that you did something that you did not do. Maybe you rejected this person's invitation. All right, so we have the 3 of Swords and the 2 of Swords. So this talks about the 5 of Swords. So the 3 of Swords talks about heartache, despair, brokenheartedness, right? And then you have the 2 of Swords in reverse, which talks about somebody made a very hard decision, right? With the 5 of Swords. And then we have the 6 of Swords. Somebody did not want somebody to move on. 2, 3, and 6 adds up to an 11. Somebody is going through some sort of an awakening when it comes to celebrating something. Yes, somebody created a lot of drama. Somebody wanted you to stay stuck and restrained from your creative abilities. They didn't want you to open up your imagination here. They wanted you to stay stuck in this people-pleasing energy of unhappiness, of this immature energy, somebody who's very immature. They wanted you to stay stuck in this childhood wound. They wanted you to stay stuck in this emotional and mental limited, right? They wanted you to stay limited. But balance is being restored here. This could talk about a partnership, family, lover, business, friend. The Strength card in reverse talks about drama, right? They wanted you to stay stuck in this drama. They didn't want you to focus on your own happiness. Instead, they wanted you to stay focused on this broken-hearted energy. 3, 6, 9 is significant, and that is the key, right? That is the key, is to being bold and walking away from people, places, and situations that does not serve you. You are meant to do great things. You have an extremely high calling. Yeah, you're very intuitive. They wanted you to stay stuck in the shadow. So they could have tried to send some sort of a demon towards you. Yeah. This could be talking about a child sacrifice, too, with the 6 of Cups. Especially with the 9 of Cups beside it. They wanted you to make this choice to stay stuck in this broken heart energy, to stay stuck in this despair, always to be in this worry, right? They wanted you to stay focused on finding true happiness outside of yourself. They wanted you to take this rigid stance, to carry this heavy burden, right? Of lack of integrity, right? Let's get a final message here for Capricorn. But you're being asked to stand true in your emotions. Stand true in what you know is right. Speak from the heart, right? Communicate in a more loving and compassionate way. Speak your needs, as in no, right? I don't need your advice. No, I don't need to make you happy. You're responsible for your own choices. You're responsible for your own happiness. This person could have been trying to push you really, really hard. So I feel like you said no and you walked away. And they got really upset. This was a hidden enemy. Alright, let's pull a final card for Capricorn. Death, guardian angels, and denial, divine helpers. So we do have the guardian angels who are helping somebody to rip off this mask of seeing things from one side. Somebody is going through an ego death here. We have 3022, 3022 could be significant. 3 and a 4, a 7, 34 could be significant. 43, I'm telling you. 34, 43, there's a mirroring here with the 777 energy. Somebody is going through an ego death. The angels have stepped in. Something is being purified, because I feel like there was a hidden enemy who was trying, that was helping somebody, helping this person right here create a lot of drama in somebody's life. Somebody who was in competition. That mask is being ripped off from seeing something from one-sided. The divine is stepping in, ripping off somebody's mask. I'm telling you. And you're receiving a gift. Joy, guys. I feel like this person wanted your gift. Imagination, inner child, new life, divine mother. So you definitely have a female spirit guide who is bringing somebody a gift, who is now a guardian angel. Who is saying, good job for walking away from trying to please this hidden enemy. Because they were being dishonest with what their true intentions were. This was a past life hidden enemy for some of you. They wanted you to stay focused on pleasing them. That's what they were there for. They were only there to please their self. You could be getting some sort of truth about why a broken heart here. To be your own savior. I'm getting broken-hearted savior here. to be your own savior. Make that choice to walk away from the drama. 666 could be significant. All right, thank you for watching.